Hi everybody, this is Pam from quiltsbypam.com, and I'm here today. I want to explain to you why it's so important to square off your blocks before you put them in a quilt. As you can see, this quilt over here is put together with a lot of different blocks, and that's what most of our quilts are. But this one has embroidery in the middle of each block, and when you do that, your blocks aren't square anymore. If you have cut them exactly the size that you wanted, now they're not, because the threads will gather up and shrink your material. So what you do when you're doing something like this, whether it be an embroidery or an applique or a hand embroidery, is you make these blocks a little bit bigger while you're making them, and then later you square them off. And that's what I'd like to show you today. So what you need to square them off, the easiest thing is a board like this that rotates. And you can get these at your local quilt store or fabric store. A square. Before I had a square the right size I needed, I used a right triangle square right here, and that'll allow you to do right triangles. And I'll show you that later, but first I want to show you how to use this mat and a square. And we've just got this embroidery, the B, the letter B with the ball on it. And this is a 6.5 inch square. So I want these blocks to be 6.5 inches. So as you can see, I'm very fortunate. This block has material all the way around, so I can square it off to a 6.5 inch block. Now if you've done many of them, like on this ABC quilt, you're going to want to measure each block before you get cutting, to make sure they're going to fit, because there may be one that's just a little bit smaller, and then you'll have to adjust your squares. So I'm going to put this square right down so that the middle of the block is sort of framed. And I'm going to take my rotary cutter, and being that I'm right-handed, I'm going to go up the right side and then over the top. Now what we usually used to do before we had this square that rotated was we'd have to pick up our block and move it, and then sometimes you wouldn't get it down exactly square again. So the magic thing about this is, you just saw I twirled it around. I didn't move the block, I didn't move the square, and I just go down the other two sides. Now I have my perfect 6.5 inch block. And until later, I'm going to tell you how to use the right triangle square.